For those of you who were asking what book, okay, first things first, start over. I was asked, am I doing a book club? And I'm like, I actually never thought about that. It's not that I want to do a book club. I'm just reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And there's stuff that every time I read a page and I find something interesting, I just like flip the corner. And then I go back when I'm done reading the chapter, and I go back and like, what did I just find that was interesting? And oftentimes I'll actually write the whole thing down on a notepad. And the reason why is because I know that there's a direct connection between my hand and my brain when you're writing stuff down. When you write it down, obviously you're going to remember it a lot easier than if you just try to remember it, right? So while going through this book, I'm just finding the things that I find interesting, note it, go back, reread it, write it down, and then I keep going. But I'm like, wait a minute here. If this helps me, could this not help somebody else? I know a lot of people have read this book. I also know a few people who have not read this book, and that's what I want to talk about. I just went through chapter 2 yesterday, and what I liked about it, let's first of all, happiness is a problem. That is the name of the chapter. Okay. Why is happiness a problem? Let's think about this. The first thing I want to do, I'm going to read one part that I took from this that I found very interesting. Experiencing emotional or psychological pain can be healthy or necessary. Just like stubbing your toe teaches us to not walk into fewer tables, the emotional pain of rejection or failure teaches us how to avoid making the same mistakes in the future, right? So when things happen and they don't go right, there's nothing wrong with that, but you probably should try and learn something from that. If you're walking in the dark and you stub your toe on a table, maybe next time either know where your table is or turn some lights on, right? Know where the problem is, don't make the same mistake again. And another thing that I found that was really interesting, don't hope for a life without problems. There's no such thing, right? Instead, hope for a life full of good problems. So problems are going to happen. You will have death in the family, you will have injuries, you will lose a job, you will have a breakup, you will hurt yourself, all sorts of stuff will happen. Problems will happen. Okay. Now, one, how are you going to look at it? Right? And second, try to find good problems. You're going to have problems anyways. Try to find good ones. So, I'll give you an example. I'm going to go get myself a gym membership starting in January because I want to get more fit. Okay. What? That's a problem because now you actually have to do the work, right? Once you get the membership, you actually have to get up early, go to the gym, do your workout, take a shower, and then head to your office so you don't stink up the whole office, right? But in the long run, what's going to happen with this going to the gym part? It's going to become a good problem, right? Don't expect to look fit if you don't do anything about it. You can buy the gym membership, which is the initial part, but if you don't follow through, nothing is ever going to change. It's that simple. If you decide, hey, let's start doing date night as a couple. So either the grandparents or somebody will come keep an eye on the kids. And so from that point on, okay, now we have date night. The first problem that you just found is that now you have to find activities to do every Wednesday night. Well, that's a good problem, right? Because you're looking forward to what are you going to do on your next date with your partner? So that's a good problem that you're looking into. And what happens once you start going through with it? Again, you have to go through with it, right? Is that you're going to reconnect with your partner. You might have some fun adventures along the way, and who knows, you might have a little bit of fun time on the way home. Um, Problems never stop. They merely get exchanged or upgraded. So you start working on a business, right? A small business. The problem is you're going to be pushing hard and you're going to be developing this. You're going to be working long hours. You're going to spend maybe a little bit less time with your partner and with your kids. Now, what could come out of it? You might become quite successful. It might develop into something good. It might put your family in a much better position. So it's not only you who benefits from this, but the people who are in your immediate circle, right? That first ripple, your family, your kids, your spouse, your partner, your loved ones, your initial circle. And one thing that I found really interesting in this chapter, Mark Manson says, happiness is finding problems that you want to solve. Us guys, what do we like to do? Solve problems, right? And we all know that your partner comes and sees you Your wife comes to see you and she's like, "Oh my God, this is happening at the office. This girl said this about me. I'm not feeling good about this. My period's coming." And what do we want to do? We just want to like give solutions, right? That's what guys do. We want to give solutions. We're problem solvers. And we know that in those moments when your wife comes to see you, shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. Just listen. Like I have to get this off my chest, right? That's how the women talk to us. They just get it off their chest. They feel better. You're just an idiot. Yep. I hear you, honey. Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more. And you should get them talking about it, right? But inside, deep inside, we're just like itching to like, "Well, what about this solution? Why don't you just tell her to fuck off? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" Like we all have these solutions that we want to give, but we have to shut up and just let it be, right? So a really interesting key to happiness that he talks about in the book is find problems that you get excited to solve. So if you're starting a new business, example, and you're like, "Oh my God, like I'm working hours into this and I'm putting a lot of time and effort into this and money and etc." But then you start getting clients. Clients turn into referrals. Referrals are people that you didn't even chase. You didn't even invest any money into finding these referrals. You get these referrals, and now you're making either more money or you can charge more per client that you get. Therefore, you're working the same number of hours, making more money. That's a good problem. Now, what are you going to do with this extra time that you just found because you're now charging more per client because they're now coming in as referrals? Makes sense? Oh, that's what I wrote out after. Men love to solve problems. Ask any woman. Like, ask your wife. She'll tell you, "Yeah, I know that you try to hold back and shut up and not solve my problem when I'm talking to you, but I know you're itching for it." And I find that funny. True happiness occurs only when you find the problems you enjoy having and enjoy solving. So, one thing that, as you guys know, I started, what was it? When was it? I don't know, maybe less than a year ago. I started talking about the struggles I had with mental health. And I opened up about it. It was amazing. The feedback that I got from you guys was phenomenal. I was beyond thrilled and appreciative. But what's happening now, the good problem is that I feel like I have to talk about it more and more and more because of the feedback that I got from you guys saying, "Yes, keep talking about it." And it's funny, just a few minutes ago, I was chatting with someone that we just met here on the campground, and it was asking, "What do I do?" And then, do life coaching. And I'm really gearing towards men and mental health and how to start taking care of your gut, which takes care of your brain, which takes care of the axis, taking care of yourself overall. Like you might be doing good, but now you want to do better, right? So that's where I'm coming in to help out. And that's a good problem. I have to now start going live, and I have to start posting more on Instagram because this is something that is helping. And I've gotten a few comments already and some emails and some voice messages saying, "Hey, fuck, that helped, dude. That helped. Just that comment you said, or this you said, or this conversation that we had really helped me move forward." So my good problem is that I now have to talk about this more. Good thing is I enjoy talking about this stuff. So it's become a good problem. And now how do I solve this problem? I gotta find reels. I have to be comfortable sitting in front of a camera here and doing a live. I have to do more of this. I have to be comfortable with that. So I'm gonna get to practice at the same time because I like doing these lives. One thing that I found interesting about when you are dealing with people who have problems, but instead of trying to solve them, you have two reactions. You either go into denial or you go into victimhood. Neither one of those are ever going to help you. Go into denial. "I'm a little fat. I'm a little extra here. I got a little too much." No, 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 I don't. I'm good. I'm actually very comfortable. This is perfect. I'm at the perfect weight. Denial. I know I have work to do. You know you have work to do. Um, your finances took a hit. Looking at your credit card statement, nah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just keep going. No, 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 no. You're just doing that's just denial right there. Yeah, yeah. No, you do actually have financial issues right now. It's black and white and it's just fucking numbers. It's not hard to see. Too much is going out and not enough is coming in. So get away from the denial. Now, the victimhood. "Well, Joseph, we're going into a recession. I lost my job. I've gained some weight because I broke up with my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Find problems that you want to solve. Now, if you want to just stay in denial and stay in victimhood, go ahead. Will you ever find happiness? Nope, nope. But if you start flipping that and say, okay, switch that denial into I'm a big boy, I can solve this now. What is the first step for alcoholics or for anyone who's got addiction? Accepting and saying it out loud, I am addicted to. I have such problems. I have money problems. I am overweight. Start by getting rid of the denial, find the problem, and then start flipping it. There's actually a gentleman that I follow quite closely on Twitter, and he's a gentleman who, when he started his journey, was 399 pounds, big boy. And now he's at 349 pounds, still very much overweight. But oh my God, this guy's working so hard that I find inspiration from this guy. And I sent him a message, a private message saying, whatever you're doing, please keep doing it because I find inspiration from you because you're being consistent and you're actually showing up and saying, yeah, no more denial. I'm fat. I got to take care of this. And that to me is quite impressive. Um, when it comes to that happiness part again, one thing that I found interesting in the book is don't ask what do you want out of life, right? We all want happiness. We want to be closer to our kids. We want to make lots of money, blah, blah, blah. What are you willing to struggle for, right? Flip that question around. What are you willing to struggle for? What problems are you ready and willing to solve? I've got money issues, but I want to flip that around. I want to make more money because I want to take care of my family. I want to take care of my kids. I want to keep traveling. I want to stay debt free. And I want absolute financial freedom. Nobody owns me. Nobody has control over me. Nobody can tell me what to do. I have options, right? Um, if I'm not fit, I can. You don't have to crawl behind me, sweetie. I love you. There's the joys of doing live. Your kid is crawling behind you. So if I'm out of shape and I start saying, okay, what if I turn this into a struggle I want to handle? Okay, I'm going to start taking better care of myself. I'm going to go on daily walks with Jamie, as you've been seeing in my stories. I'm now doing a little workout session, and I'm taking care of myself every day. I'm drinking my happy juice. These are all things that are going to help me. Now, what will I get from it? One, I already have more energy, more vigor, more patience with my kids, more focus. I don't feel like I'm running around with a chicken cut with its head cut off. I've got more energy. I just feel a little bit more alive. So that's a struggle that I'm willing to continue because I actually enjoy it. So my happiness comes from the struggle of doing this. You see how this is working out? Enjoy struggling at the gym. Yeah. You know, all these people that you see at not even the gym. Cristiano Ronaldo, we just saw him at the World Cup, or any athlete, they're fucking ripped and they look fantastic. Do you think that's how they just are naturally? No, they struggle every single day to work out, to watch what they're eating, to take care of their mental health. They're doing everything every single day, stuff that you and I don't see, but they're doing in the background. There's a lot of stuff that I do that you guys aren't seeing, and I'm struggling through it. I've got my struggles. They don't just disappear, but I'm going through it silently, and then I can show up here in a better mood, happier, more focused, and with more vigor, right? If you want to see the view from the top, you need to enjoy the climb. If you see life as a staircase that's going up because you're always getting better and better and better and better and better, then that means you're climbing every single day. If you just stop in the staircase and just stand there, you're not going anywhere, right? If you want to climb and keep climbing that stair of being a better person, better husband, better father, better friend, you have to keep climbing. It doesn't stop. You're not there. You just keep climbing, keep climbing. But the higher you get, the better the view gets, right? The better the view gets. I just wrote it on. I don't know where I was going with this yesterday, but today is one mountain, and tomorrow's going to be another. You're just going to climb another one, climb another one, climb another one. So, what is the key to happiness? I mean, what I'm getting from this book, I have to learn to be comfortable with the issues that I have, the problems that I have, because there's always going to be problems. But flip it, Joseph. Just flip it and turn it into something that you want to solve. Us guys, I love to solve problems, right? If I've got too much here around, well, you can't see it, but if I have too much here around my waist, what is the problem I need to solve? Well, I need to solve this. I need to solve how I'm eating. I need to solve the workouts that I'm doing. I need to solve taking care of myself, getting better sleep, making sure my metabolism is working properly. Serotonin, dopamine, GABA, all that stuff. That's a fun struggle because I'm actually enjoying doing these workouts. I'm enjoying walking with my wife, and I enjoy how I'm feeling. Remember earlier when I was saying that around 3 o'clock, I get these lulls, these lags, and I just feel like I have no drive or energy? Haven't felt that. This is one part, my happy juice, getting out, moving my body, working out, and it's a fucking 12-minute workout. It's not hard. But if I keep doing it consistently, I see the benefits of it. So keep climbing that staircase. And I promise you that if you every day you do something consistently towards a goal that you have, if you're not going to get there, you're going to be pretty fucking close. And you will be finding happiness all along the way because you're solving those problems. And you know how us guys are. You solve a problem, yeah, right? Your shoulders are a little bit wider, your muscles are a little bit bigger, right? That's how we feel. So get that little dopamine hit by solving a problem. Solve problems. That's it for now. Cheers, guys. Talk about a book club. Maybe I will.